Once upon a time, in a quiet mountain village surrounded by forests, there stood an old wooden house at the very edge of the road. The villagers called it the house that watched the rain. No one lived there anymore. No one dared to. They said the house once belonged to a school teacher named Elena, a kind woman who lived alone after her husband died in an accident. She loved the rain. She said it made her feel alive. Every evening, when the sky turned gray and the rain began to fall, Elena would sit by her window, smiling softly, watching the drops race down the glass. But one stormy night, something changed. Many years later, a young traveler named Daniel, aged 25, came to the same village. He was searching for a cheap place to stay for a few days. The villagers warned him about the old house, but Daniel didn't believe in ghost stories. He laughed and said, "A house can't hurt me. It's just walls and wood." That night he walked through the rain to the abandoned house. The door creaked open by itself. Inside, everything was covered in dust, yet it felt recently touched. A chair was slightly turned toward the window, and a single teacup sat on the table, filled halfway with water, even though no one had been there for years. Daniel unpacked his things, lit a candle, and whispered to himself, "Just one night. That's all." At midnight the rain grew heavier. The wind howled. The old wooden walls moaned like they were alive. Then Daniel heard it, a faint whisper near the window. It was a woman's voice, soft but trembling. "Don't look outside when it rains." Daniel froze. He turned slowly toward the window, but there was no one there, only his reflection staring back in the glass. He laughed nervously, thinking it must be the wind, and went back to bed. But the voice came again, closer this time. "Don't look outside when it rains." Daniel's heartbeat quickened. He turned and saw a wet handprint appear on the inside of the window pane. Lightning flashed, and for a split second he saw her, a woman in white, drenched in rainwater, standing inside the reflection, watching him. Her lips moved silently, her eyes wide and sorrowful. When the thunder roared, she vanished. Daniel ran to the door, but it wouldn't open. He tried the windows, sealed tight. The house had locked itself. The candle blew out. In the darkness he heard footsteps circling around him, slow and steady, like someone was pacing the room. Then came her whisper again, right next to his ear. "I told you. Never look outside when it rains." The next morning the villagers found the door wide open. Rainwater had flooded the floor, and Daniel was gone, but by the window there was a fresh teacup, half full of water, and a reflection in the glass, the faint outline of a young man watching the rain, trapped inside the pane, his eyes wide with fear. Since that night, the villagers say that the house doesn't just watch the rain anymore. Now it watches for the next traveler who doesn't listen. If you ever visit that mountain village and the rain starts to fall, don't go near that old wooden house. And if you hear a voice whisper your name through the sound of the storm, whatever you do, don't look outside when it rains.